So I've been asked a few times, what kind of equipment do you guys use for recording your videos? Not that we have anything that's super fancy, but people just seem to be curious about that. So I wanted to give you a little walkthrough of our studio and tell you kind of what we're doing. You might notice that if you've watched past videos, this actually looks a little bit different. Not that this is what it's going to stay like. We're actually going to be completely re-envisioning our studio. It didn't quite have the look and the feel that we wanted to. So we're actually working with a consultant to help us take our vision and create the beautiful studio that we want for our courses, like our pre-license and post-license and broker courses that are going to be coming up, for all of our online virtual live courses that we're doing, which we're really ramping up this year. And of course, our YouTube content and things like that. We want to have a beautiful studio that looks nice with a few different angles on it. So we're going to be completely re-envisioning it. So all this stuff is going to be going, and we're excited about that. So we've moved things around a little bit. And here's though the thing is that you got to have the tech to go along with it, right? You got to have the pieces to go along with the studio, because just having it look nice, well, you got to have the lighting and the camera and the audio and all that stuff. And so I want to share with you what we do, because there's a few different ways that we go about it. So what you see here, right, is we've got this camera and it probably looks fine, but it's not perfect. So what we use right now, and I can't really show you because I'm on it, right? But what we use right now is the Elgato Facecam Pro, and it's a 4K camera, but it's technically a webcam, and it actually works really great. I've got no complaints with it. But what you notice is it doesn't give you that like beautiful blurry background thing. But if you want a really good camera, I mean, it's a pricey webcam, but if you want something that looks really nice, that's going to be really easy, you hook it right up to your computer. I've got no complaints recommending it. But that camera is going to be switching over here to do our overhead camera duty, because right now we have this old, really bad, cheap webcam that's doing the overhead shots, and I like those. So this camera is going to switch to that, and I want to show you what our new camera is, that's going to give us a little bit different look to things, right? So I just got it, I don't even have it hooked up yet. We're going to be moving to the Sony ZV-E10. And out of all the research, this is not a high-end camera by any means, but this is a camera that lets us use a lens like this, which is the Sigma 16. I don't know. I'm not like a photo guy. I did the research, and this is what the conclusion is that we came up with. But what this is going to do is give us a nice wide shot that's going to give us that blurry background. And so I'm going to be getting this hooked up today or tonight, I guess. And we're going to see how that changes things, because this is going to give us a really beautiful shot. And then this camera that I'm using is going to come over here where we have our overhead shot, which I'll kind of show you in a little bit, because I do like to be able to do this kind of thing. So I'm really excited about this. This is a huge upgrade for us. This was sort of the entry level, DSLR mirrorless camera that we're going to be able to hook up to our computer and record everything directly into that. So that's going to be the new thing for the studio. And this camera that we have here is still going to be out there doing duty. But there's other stuff that we use a lot beyond just here. And I'll show you some more here in a little bit, but one of the things I absolutely love is this guy. This is the DJI Pocket 3. What's cool about this is that so it's gimbal, right? So you can see here that as I move it, the camera stays steady, which is super cool. It does this thing where if I put it on me and it will face track, so it will move around and follow me, which is really cool, because I could put it on a tripod, or just as I move around, then it stays connected to me, which is pretty cool. But the other thing that it does, which is really neat, that I like, is that you can flip it vertical. And I know a lot of us use vertical video in our, for Reels and TikTok. Hopefully it's still around, YouTube Shorts, all that kind of thing. Well, this will directly shoot in that vertical video, and you don't have to go back and edit it or anything like that. It just will automatically go in this vertical video. It's a wonderful camera. It's works fantastic. And there's a lot of content that we've shot on this little camera right here. And the nice thing about this is that there's other stuff you can do with this camera if you get the creator combo, which is what I recommend, because it will do things like come with an extra battery extension for this is like more battery and makes it a little easier to hold as well. It comes with this nice little desktop kind of tripod, which also helps, for a handle a little bit. You get this, which is a DJI microphone. So you can hook it up here and do that kind of thing, which is fine. But yeah, it comes with this, which is fantastic and gives you great audio. So this will, you can walk away from the camera and still be getting great audio. You get the nice little zipper case to go along with it. It's excellent. I cannot recommend it enough. So you're going to spend a little under $700, I think, for the whole package for the creator combo for this guy. And if you want to do easy content that looks better than what's on your phone, gives you some more options, highly recommend it. Now with this microphone is good. I don't really like the look when somebody's got like the big, this microphone sitting right here. I think it looks weird. So I actually use this Rode lav mic because this will also let you just plug in a normal lavalier mic, and I can put that in my pocket and then like clip this guy to my lapel or my shirt or my hat even. It doesn't really matter. You can hook it up wherever you want, and it's a little bit more lower profile, I think looks a little bit nicer. And this was just a nice little Rode mic. They make excellent stuff, but yeah, even a cheap little lavalier mic connected to this guy will look really nice. So I like that little combo there. And sometimes before I got this, I had this guy, which is also the same sort of DJI microphone, but it's got a set of two. And so it's got two of the microphones with a little receiver guy, and it can hook up to your phone. It can hook up to a camera, all different kinds of things. It's got two of them. And so you can have two people if you wanted to do like a little podcast thing. And it's cool. You can record directly on these. So you don't even have to record to a phone. If you just did audio, it'll record directly on this. So hooking this up to your phone or whatever is really nice with a charging case, right? So the lights come on. So it charges, which is super cool. They have a new set, the DJI Mic 2, that's upgraded from this one. And so this is something else if you want some extra mic. There's lots of different wireless microphones out here. These are just the ones that I went with. And there's some that are much cheaper than this, but this is what we've got that we've been using. So that's a little bit of our to-go setup, right? So if I'm not sitting here at the desk in front of it, that's generally what I'll be using. So, and we've done a lot of different content on it. It looks fantastic. I love that camera. I can't recommend it enough. But I also want to show you some of the other stuff that we use in our studio. So I'm actually going to use this guy to flip around and show you what else we use here. Yeah, I think we can make that work. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so this is kind of the whole studio setup here. You can see we've got all kinds of stuff here. And the thing, we used to have a really old, cheap, not old, but a cheap Amazon standing desk that we used. And I got this one from Secret Labs. It's expensive, but really good. It's cool because it's like a metal top. And so there's like magnetic things that you can stick to it, which is cool. So I can like clamp down wires. It actually hides all your wires back here in this back channel, which is cool. And of course it moves up and down, and it is a really nice desk. I love it. It's huge. It's got a nice little leather pad on top, but still magnetic through it. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. We use the Mac. We just got a new M4 Mac Mini as sort of our computer that we use, along with this CalDigit dock. So we've got all kinds of stuff plugged into it. So you need a lot of ports. So this guy's plugged into the computer, and this gives us a lot of extra ports that we can use for all the different stuff that we have. For example, our Stream Decks, right? I started out with this little bitty Stream Deck, and then I needed more buttons, so I got a second one. And this does stuff like you see our monitor here, which is just, a monitor. But when we're, doing our different recording things, you can see, if I move that over, this will do stuff like I push a button and it lets me, show my screen. This is what lets me shift to like the overhead views. And so I can just click a button. So if I'm doing a class or something, it's real easy to just click a button and switch to different scenes, different views, advanced PowerPoint slides, that kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. I love these Stream Decks. They're really good. For our microphone, we use an Elgato DX, I think is what it's called. It's a, yeah, DX along with the Elgato arm. This just, you know, it's nice. So the audio that you hear right now, that is coming from the lavalier mic, right? So I told you I do the DJI mic thing. So I've got the DJI mic and it's hooked up to this guy right here. And so you'll be able to tell the difference in the first half of the video that, you know, the different sounding audio with this better microphone that like sounds a little better because it's a different type of microphone. But these lav mics are great too. It's just gonna be a little bit different audio quality. So this gets hooked up to this guy, which is the Rodecaster Duo. Can't remember the names of all these things. And that lets us control sort of some sound things. It does some processing on this microphone to make it sound a little bit better. Just makes it sound a little bit nicer. Yeah, and so that makes it easy for us to record. We could hook the other microphones up to it, that kind of thing. And then we have just some cheap speakers that are small. These Creative Pebbles that were great mics, or great speakers, real cheap. And our lighting here are Elgato, what do they call those? Keylight Airs. And so we have two, because usually like, if you just do like a ring light thing, it can kind of look weird. And so we like to have these two, and they're fine. They're not, again, these aren't high-end things, but you know what? It's good enough. It's gonna work for us. So that's what we use on that front. What else? Oh yeah, this guy. So I told you we've got the camera, right? So there's a camera hooked up back here. That's the Facecam Pro. That's gonna soon be this guy. But then we use this right here. This is it's a teleprompter, right? But the cool thing about it, this is the Elgato prompter. We use a lot of Elgato stuff, I guess. But what's cool about this is it's a screen. So instead of just having like a mirror here where I got to put like a phone or an iPad or something, it's got a screen here. And so I can drag whatever I want up there. So for example, when I'm teaching a class or whatever, the camera's behind there. And so I can do like a zoom up there. So it looks like I'm always making eye contact rather than I've got, you know, stuff over here on the you know, the people are over here, but the camera's here. I'm always making eye contact because the zoom will be up here. This is awesome. This thing's fantastic. Absolutely love it. Completely game changing for like making your videos kind of look nice looking right at it. So that's pretty much the tech that we use. That's everything. That's all of it, right? This camera right here that we're looking at, the DJI Pocket 3, this is gonna be our upgraded that I can't wait to show you to see what that's gonna look like. And then that camera is gonna go here to replace this guy. And otherwise, that's pretty much it. And then this whole thing is gonna look completely different. We're gonna have, well, it'll be a surprise. I don't wanna tell you right now, but we're still working through that, what our studio is gonna look like. And then it's gonna go with all this stuff so that we can make some really awesome videos. So for anybody that was curious about what it is that we use, that's it. If you got questions, leave a comment down below. Reach out to us. We're always happy to talk about the technology that we use, the stuff that we do. Always happy to share and help you out if we can. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know, but thanks for checking it out.